This is a holy place. Many Bones Creek was a sacred place for indigenous people who dwelt here or passed this way for centuries, perhaps millennia. Since 1917, it's also the site of Our Lady of Lourdes Shrine and of an annual pilgrimage. My great-great-grandparents and their children came to settle near here, some 35 kilometers from Regina, decades earlier. The landscape carries deep memories here. Easter is late this year, and spring is in full force. There are geese overhead, robins and meadowlarks have come, tulips are bursting through the soil, and pussy willows and crocuses bring joy that marks the changing of seasons. Winter was harsh this year. In February, we had many days around and even below -40, with wind chills nearing -60 Celsius. And it has not only been the weather that has been harsh. If we open our eyes and our ears, we hear the voices of victims of abuse and the cry of the marginalized. We see those who live daily with racism and injustice, and our failure to respond honestly and compassionately. Add to that the political mess and confusion that characterizes so much of our world. As we enter into the heart of our faith, remembering the dying and rising of Jesus, we do well to come honestly as we are. We bring all those who are suffering, and we place our prayers before the cross. We bring our personal and communal failures and struggles and brokenness. Pope Francis reminded us recently that all that Jesus did during his life failed on the cross, and we do well to contemplate that failure and defeat. The Creator, in Jesus, entered into the depths of our brokenness and our sin and was the victim of it. Yet it was on that cross that the greatest love was revealed and the greatest hope. In the Creed, we even profess that he descended into hell. This act of boundless love brings the hope of transformation, ours and our world's. Our faith is a conviction that the risen Lord goes in search of all the wounded, the broken, the pushed aside, the unredeemed, and comes to find us, even in the darkest places. Our faith is a paschal faith. God overcomes darkness with light, wounds with healing, hatred with love. We need conversion, transformation. Fortunately, transformation is precisely what our faith tells us God is doing. Further, we who believe in the resurrection and trust in God's power to transform death into life are summoned ourselves to be agents of transformation and healing for others, even struggling or broken as we are. Someone sent me an email recently with a photo of a crescent moon and this text. And the moon said to me, "My darling, you do not have to be whole in order to shine." As winter has given way to spring, may we find hope in the paschal joy that rises from the tomb and is echoed in the new life bursting forth all around us. May many bones rise again, and by God's grace, may we evermore see and witness to God's ongoing transformation of all in need, of ourselves and our world. Christ is risen. Happy Easter.
Love lives again, that